Sami Al-Arian, he's the Director of the Centre for Islam and Global Affairs at Sabahattin Zaim University. Sami, thanks for being with us. So, as we're just hearing there from Mohammed, the numbers of aid trucks have not increased coming into the Rafah crossing. It's very important to make that clear because Israel has said that aid will not be coming in through Rafah. What will it take to change that? US pressure?
Well, the problem is that the whole world has given Trump what he wanted, which is a complete control over Gaza. So they have ceded their responsibility within the United Nations structure and the other international institutions. And Trump is pretty much ceded this control to Israel. If you look today at the situation, it's a huge humanitarian crisis. They're trying to achieve through political means what they couldn't achieve through military means. They are allowing only 150 people. That includes 50 people who are patients, who are sick, with about 2 caretakers per person. There are about 13,000 cases, severe cases in Gaza that need immediate medical help. At that rate, it will take 21 months. And they're only allowing 50 people back, including caretakers, which will mean it would take 6 years to get these people who went out to come back. That means, in essence, that Israel is trying to empty Gaza at the rate that it can control and to make sure that Gaza will remain unlivable so that they can force the Palestinians to ask to leave. And that's exactly the strategy being pursued today. And Trump is allowing them to dictate all the terms.
And given that this border crossing reopening has been so delayed by Israel, and now that they have done it, there are enormously tight restrictions. As you mentioned, only 50 people able to cross per day. What is going to ensure that Israel keeps it open and doesn't tighten it up again once the headlines and global attention switches elsewhere?
I mean, political pressure obviously needs to be asserted on Trump because Trump says that he's in charge of this so-called board of peace that is supposed to resolve the Gaza humanitarian crisis. But Israelis are not playing the game at all. There's supposed to be 600 trucks for the past 3 months. Only 1/3 of that is being allowed, and most of it actually is being sold to traders, to merchants, to business people who are selling it to people who are penniless. So it's a huge humanitarian crisis, and nothing has been resolved. It's the season of extreme cold, extreme hunger, extreme poverty and needs. And yet nothing is being done about it, and no one is calling anyone to account. The problem here is that the world has, as I said, ceded control of this to Trump, and Trump is not doing anything that he has promised. And therefore, what needs to be done is an international campaign again, both in the streets, by the states, by governments, and throughout the world in order to give the plight of the Gazans the interest and the care and the concern it deserves.
And our correspondent was just going through all of the hoops that need to be jumped through for Palestinians to even cross through, even ones that need urgent medical care. I mean, yesterday Hamas said that the flow of Palestinians over the Rafah crossing to and fro is actually enshrined in international law. Is that correct? And does international law count for anything anymore?
Well, unfortunately, Trump has thrown this international law, international convention, international institutions out the window. I mean, he's trying to create his own institutions. It's a one-man show. He wants to be in control of everything, concentrating all power in his hands, and that's not going to work. But the problem, again, is that the whole world is not pushing back. Europe is pushing a little bit back, but because of the concern about NATO, about Greenland and others, they're not really pushing hard enough. And when you look at other international powers, Russia and China, they have their own problems. So everybody talks the talk, but no one walks the walk. There are a few countries around the world, within the Muslim world, they're trying a different tack, which is trying to push Trump privately, like Turkey and Qatar and others, and hoping that they can get something out of nothing. But that's not going to work either because, as I said, Trump has ceded control of the whole process to Israel. Israel is dictating the terms. It has its own very well-known objectives, which is to resolve the Palestinian demography problem, is to achieve through this political maneuvers what they couldn't achieve militarily. They are trying to dominate the region through pushing a war with Iran, through pushing some sort of a pact in Lebanon and Syria that will basically resolve their security problems as they see it. And as far as Gaza is concerned, Gaza is a sideshow right now for them, is to keep the pressure on the Palestinians while they're trying to confiscate land and annex the West Bank.
Sami Al-Arian, Director for the Centre of Islam and Global Affairs at Istanbul Sabahattin Zaim University. Thanks so much for your time and analysis.
Thank you.